I am Russell Royce Laurie, and welcome to Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata. Okay, all them people that are clapping, I have no freaking idea who they are. Whoever they are, guy, thank you for clapping. You're making my job easier. Anyway, welcome to the summer edition of Live with Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata. This entire summer, we're going live around the world to talk to our dancers and our organizers and our DJs and our photographers. It's been a wonderful summer. I had the pleasure to get to know each and every one of these celebrities. I got an opportunity to know a little bit more about them, about their events, their goals, their ambitions. Where do they see themselves a few years from now? What advice do they have for children who want to pursue the dance industry? What suggestions do they have on how the organizers can better support one another? And so many, much more stuff they talked about, and I'm very honored and grateful, to have had all of them this entire month to do this with me. They're very busy people. They're very organized. They're not like me. They're totally, totally, totally organized. Okay. They have family, they have friends, they have full-time jobs, so dancing is not something, that they only do. They have other stuff to do. And I'm really, 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 I can't emphasize this anymore. I'm really grateful to each one of them for taking the time to go live with me. We have Jonathan Amaya. I've known Jonathan for a few, since since the start of Cool Folks. It's been like maybe about 3 years now. I know I've known this guy. I've attended his events. I see him at various events, and he's a great guy. He's very, very loyal. He's very honest. He's very personable. He's a type of person, you just quickly want to hang out with and talk to. And, he's very smart, very sharp, very professional, and very successful, so I admire him. And, he's going to come on in a few minutes to speak with us. He was on time. just so everyone know, just so you guys know, I forgot to do my timesheet. My boss yelled at me a few minutes ago. Like, Russell, you did not submit your timesheet for last week. I'm like, well, I got people to interview. They're like, look, you better submit that timesheet quickly or else. I'm like, ah. So anyway, I'm bad with time management. There's a reason I'm not an organizer, because if I was an organizer, oh boy, let's not go there. But anyway, Jonathan is going to join us in a few minutes. Okay. There's a couple quick announcements. I am totally happy here. Okay. Social media, they said, it's okay that I can continue doing this live interview stuff uh, for the autumn of 2023. Okay. So after my last interview next week, I'm going to take a month off, relax, travel, spend time with my family, and then we're going to start this over again in September. We're going to do this like once a week. It's going to become a permanent thing, once a week, up to an hour. But, okay, instead of having cool folks who love the bachata come live with us to talk with us about their events, they will do that. But I'm going to bring other people in. I'm going to bring like some consultants, real estate advisors, medical assistants, lawyers, etc., that's going to sit with me and talk with me about advice on those various topics to our dance world. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so it should be a little bit more challenging. And I will continue to invite some of my guests who interviewed with me this past year to come back and they can talk. And new guests or new members can also, go live with me as well. So a lot of stuff is going to go on, and I just need a few weeks just to, get everything organized for you guys. All right. August is here. Okay, I will be at the DCBX event. Lee, if you're listening, thank you so much for offering discount passes to each and every member of Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata. Guys, I've advertised this several times on the webpage. If you still need the code, you haven't registered yet, or you haven't bought tickets, let me know, or let Lee know, and have a code you guys can use, or just let them know you're part of Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata, and you guys should be okay. All right. The Denver Bachata Festival is coming up, so that's going to be a big one. Our good friend Central Movement is having their Central Movement event first weekend of August here in New York City, so that's going to be a big one. Jonathan Amaya is also having his weekender event that same weekend, so you guys, come out to New Jersey to support him. My good friends Wendy and Rodrigo are having their weekender event also in Charlotte that same weekend. I am planning to go for the first time to Arkansas in August to attend the Rasa event. And Melody and Miguel will be there, and I'm super excited. So, this August, I'll be, out and about, and, hopefully I see you guys at one of those events. If not, please come out and support the dancers and each other, okay? My vision for Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata 3 years ago when I was in Texas was to create this platform for you. Okay. I want you guys to better promote yourself and the world to know more about you and stuff. And so this is optional. You guys don't have to go live. You guys don't have to talk, just keep on posting your stuff. That's fine. But you do have the opportunity, if you would like, to go live with me. And, so it's fun, so it's a lot of fun. Tomorrow, we have Jimmy Boo from California, Maria from Florida on Thursday. Calvin is going to join us on Friday. Tabitha is going to join us on Monday. So it's going to be a great rest of the week. So Jonathan, I know I'm talking and talking and talking, and you're falling asleep, bro, because you've been waiting for me for like a long time. Okay, that's it. I'm not saying anything else. Okay. So Jonathan, you got a smile on your face. You have a lot. Bro, you got a lot of patience with me. You got a lot of patience with me. Jonathan called me, half an hour ago. He's like, Roswell, like, Jonathan, bro, I'm overwhelmed. I'm always overwhelmed. Like, Jonathan, I'm overwhelmed. I just got home. Da 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 da. And look, so I turned the camera on. He's smiling, and he's been smiling for anyway. He's a great guy. He has a lot of patience. He has a lot of patience.
I was excited about this. Yeah, I was just very excited. and thank you for inviting me. To tell the truth, I was looking forward to it all weekend actually. So it's been, it's been. I was like, I wonder what you're gonna ask. I wonder what you're gonna say. I wonder when, all these questions. What you're gonna ask mostly. So that's
Well,
crazy.
now I'm thinking about it. You gave me a good idea. Questions for Jonathan. It's going to be an interesting interview. Okay, so I know what I'm going to ask you. Okay, so, but Jonathan, before I ask you Roswell questions, can
What's going on? What's going
you
on?
please tell everyone a little bit about you, please?
Sure. Well, I was born in Peru. Obviously, came
Okay.
to this country when I was like 10 years old. You know, I grew up in Wayne, New Jersey. Went to high school, went to middle school. You know, yeah, you live in Wayne, New Jersey, from what I've seen in your interviews. So
Mhm.
I went to Schuyler Colfax, and then I went to Wayne Hills right after, and then I moved on with my life. So ever since then, went to college. Wasn't a great student in high school, so I had to go to community college, basically. So I went to Passaic Community College to better myself, get smarter, I guess. You know. After that, I transferred to NJIT. And I started having that passion of for electronics. I was studying electrical engineering throughout the years I was there. Slowly, it wasn't like something like 4 years. It took me a while. Um, Graduated college by 28, and ever since then, I found a job. First job was at this place in this factory actually. Then after that, I went to another job in a that did printers. That was fun to do actually. They were good people. And now, before the pandemic, they went out of business. Well, actually, they moved to Costa Rica. And the pandemic happened. And then I found a job, and now I work for this medical device company that do ultrasounds and monitoring. And I'm here. I'm there since. Um, a little bit of my dancing experience. I started out in college actually when I was in NJIT. They were offering dancing classes, and I grew up in a what's it called, in a very on a very Spanish culture, where I was hearing salsa music, bachata, merengue, and all that. And I was never into that, when I was in high school. Nah, nah, every time I went to those parties, I was like sleeping, you know. And it's funny how it became to what it is now for me, right? And so I took classes. I got more into the salsa music and the bachata music, and I wasn't just taught that type of dancing either. I was taught waltz, tango, swing, West Coast swing, foxtrot. What was it called? Two steps. I was taught so many dances throughout the college, throughout college, cha cha too. So that's why when I have my students ask me like, what I have a lot of experience because I've done so many dances, and I'm always learning new dances here and there, but the experience of what I had in before, I use it now, especially the ballroom background that I always had, for years. And you know, I started with salsa. I had a passion for salsa for like 15 years at least. I learned on one first, and then years later, we're talking about like 7 years later, I mastered on one, and then I wanted to do on two, and then I learned on two. That was another 7 years, So it was funny how when you learn on one and you start learning on two, all your moves on one turn into two, and then vice versa. Now I just don't even know if I'm dancing on one or on two sometimes, So it's funny. And then Sancho Bachata came into my life, you know. During those times that I was learning salsa, bachata wasn't the way it is. how it is now. So that was one of the that was the most motivation, because during those times where I was learning salsa, I was like, you know, nah, it's not catching my attention. Yeah, never mind. It just took one video, and that was a Daniel and Desiree video to see, that changed everything for me. I was like, I want to learn that, and the studio wasn't offering it. I was like, no, that's not the way it works. I need to learn this somehow, some way, somewhere. And you know, I was giving it a shot for years. But that's so I've been doing sensual bachata for at least 5 to 7 years, give or take. If you were to count the pandemic. And that's the story of my life as a dancer and myself. But my passion is electronics. I love electronics, and I use what I do right now for Bachata Heaven. My engineering skills, my electronic skills on that, which is very fun. I mean, but but I still, look into my career, what I do. So that's really that's it fits in very well what I do. So which is cool. I had to be organized. I had to be, very, you know, think quick. All that stuff. What I do. So yeah, it's very awesome times. Having fun with it right now. So that's all that matters to me. So you know, yeah. So yeah, that's the story of my life, Ross.
I think you should write a book. I think you should write a
Yeah.
book and publish it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
man. I will one day when I get myself settled, So, once things get, put together the way I want it. So, so
All the dancing that you've done, salsa, bachata, cha-cha, all of this stuff. How have all of this experiences shaped you as a man today?
it changed a lot. It changed a lot about me. I remember when I was starting to dance, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand the dancing world at all.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it as, like, oh, I'm going dancing, but I didn't want to offend nobody. I was always very like scared. I think that's one of the things that every dancer, every one of my new students go through. They think, when you go to a social, a regular social, like a
Mm-hmm.
bachata social like mine, you ask somebody to dance, they think of it the wrong way, but I always tell them, like, look, this is a club. This is not a club. This is a social. Everybody knows each other, and
Mm-hmm.
this is your part to get to know you. People get to know you here, and the only way they're gonna get to know you if you dance. Because if you're gonna be sitting around, you're not gonna go anywhere. And I motivate a lot of my students throughout the year with that. And they've been doing very well. So it's very awesome. So I love what I do. Even though it's a side job, but I do love what I do, and it's very awesome. Yeah. Oh, Austin Summer Carnival. Oh, yeah. Hey, I do travel a lot, so I saw the comment over there. That's why I
Yeah.
use it. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm always open for it. My actually the Facebook user that just commented. I actually don't. I I go to Congress for 2 years, and after 2 years, I move on to another state or another Congress. And I've been doing that ever since. So yeah, you never know. I might end up in Austin one day. I'm going to San Antonio. This is my first time going to San Antonio, the big salsa festival, the 10th year anniversary that's happening this weekend. Oh man, I'm very excited about it. New world, new people. It's always good to get to know new people going over there. So you never know. You might see me. More often. But overall, yeah, dancing has impacted me. It made me better person, meaning patience
Mm-hmm.
wise, respectful. Every day you go to a social, to do this job, you have to cry. Even at your worst days, you have to put put a smile in your face. Even on your worst days, and you have to, and people don't understand that sometimes. I've been taught by a lot of teachers, and I seen their mistakes, and I seen how a little mistake could cost everything for them, and it does, and that's one of the mistakes I'm not trying to do. And no matter how what hard problems I'm going through, I still gotta go in there and crack a smile, make everybody laugh on my class, or play my music, or do anything like that. I have to. Yeah, and that's what it taught me to be more respectful of everything, be grateful what I do. That's one of the things that has taught me as being a dancer. And not be a jealous person. Yeah, that's another thing. And when you're in a relationship and you're doing this for the first time, your jealousy goes up the roof. But with with dancing, you get taught. You're dating someone. You might as just it's part of the world. You shouldn't be jealous or nothing. You learn to adapt to each other as it is. So that's one of the things that taught me too as a dancer. You know, throughout the years, it took a while. It takes a while to manage these things, but once it comes together, it's like nothing now. You're like, okay, yeah, go ahead, dance with him. Yeah, go ahead, talk to him. Yeah, go ahead, let him buy you a drink. You know, it's funny. I'm sure you had your share of that, Russell, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
San Antonio is a wonderful place, bro. As you know, I used to live in Austin a few years
Hmm.
ago. So San Antonio was my hangout spot on the weekends. So
Nice.
it's a great place. It's a great place to go hang out. Actually, I'm like a year and a half overdue. I haven't been back since then.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
it's great. It's great. You might not want to come back. People are like super friendly there.
Yeah. Well, well, yeah. Hey, they said September 23rd. I don't know. You never know. You never know. I might book a ticket there. So. But
So
yeah.
you've seen it all. You've danced almost everywhere. You travel here, you travel there. I see you at many events. So
Only in the United States though. Only in the United States though. Right now, I haven't gone to Europe or South America to go do a festival or a congress yet. That's one main goal yet there. I really got to plan that though. So, but right now, I'm just going around the United States, maybe Mexico, maybe go to North America, Canada, here and there, but not going anywhere past that. Punta Cana was like the lowest I went. So, but that was fun too. That was a fun event too. So many
when
fun
you go
events.
to Europe, you got to take me, bro. I've not been overseas yet to
No,
dance events. No.
no, I heard they're fun, but hey, time will tell. So
Mhm.
time will tell where it goes. So.
When you said something that's very interesting. You said a lot of stuff that's very interesting. When I first started to dance a long time
Mhm.
ago, yeah, you see a girl, and she's dancing with me, and I'm like, oh wow, see all the stars in front of me. And she goes somewhere else and dance with some guy, and I'm like, oh god. The
Mhm.
divorce happened before the marriage began.
Mhm.
So I'm happy when you mentioned about like somebody that's kind of new or they're beginning, and they got to like keep that in mind that it's a social, it's about it's about respect, it's about um, so and I brought this up last week, right before Alan Gates left. We were
Mhm.
about to talk about respect. How a man should be able to give respect to a woman on a dance floor, and but uh, if anyone can vouch for that, it can be you, because you've
Mhm.
seen your students dance, you've seen beginners, you've seen all types of, I mean, all types of scenarios, you
Oh
know.
yeah, I've
So,
seen it.
yeah, man. I mean, like it's like the American clubs. Even before I got into bachata, similar to you, I was always into, typical American clubs, going here, going there, or whatever and stuff. And then when I started hitting the bachata stuff, it was a totally, totally, totally different environment, right?
Yeah.
Respect,
Mhm. Totally different.
more respect. Uh,
More respect that you're doing sensual bachata. More respect.
yeah, than anything
More.
else. But why do you think that is though? Like, is it like a cultural thing? It's a matter of like professional thing. I mean, I don't want to downgrade and say like American music dance stuff is bad. I mean, I don't want to say that. But then again,
Mhm.
there is more respect. I mean, you agree. There is more respect in the dance world for bachata, salsa. I don't know. Maybe it's a
Mhm.
Latin thing. I don't know. But why do you think that is? Why do you think like a man should always be respectful of a woman at a dance social, especially in
because
bachata. Why is that?
because because a lot of the girls, they just want to be there to dance. They're
Hmm.
not there to anything.
Okay.
They're not expecting anything. And if they're not expecting anything, your mentality has to be in that state too. You have to
Mhm.
be in that mentality also. If
Okay.
you walk in thinking, this and that, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna learn it the hard way that you're gonna strike out. And it's not
Mhm.
good. I have, and this is an ongoing thing with my events. Always have the ladies come to me and be like, "Oh, this guy here, this guy there," and I'm like, I am forced, Roswell, forced to bring it to his attention, forced, because I have no choice. I have no choice. Because if I don't say anything, they'll leave. They'll never come back, and they'll give me a bad review one day. Probably like, no, you don't want to be in Bachata Heaven. These guys here, this and that. And it's not good. And I see it. Especially when you become a host, you see it all. You see it all, and it's crazy. Like people think I'm not busy, but I am. I'm actually not even enjoying the event. The people who are dancing are enjoying the event more than me. But they think I am, but I'm not really. I swear I'm not. This is for real. I'm telling everybody, whoever's watching right now, even my community, you know, I'm not enjoying the events at all. When I do an event, I never
Mhm.
enjoy it. The only time I enjoy the event is when I don't host it at all. I walk in and I dance. That's the only time I enjoy. But everything else now, I don't even eat. I have my friend. Shout out to my friend Rosie. And Sam. They always like, did you eat? No. Did you did you drink anything? Like, no. I'm like, I've been up and down, taking photography, DJing, here and there. It's a lot. Videoing. I do a lot. And it's a lot of work, but you get used to it because you love what you do. And one of the things that one of my friends told me, I don't know if you know him, Eddie, Promo
Yes.
Ambition.
Yes, I do.
From Audition, Eddie, he told me like, "Yo, you look like you love doing this stuff." I do love it. I do love doing this stuff. If it was for me, I'll do it full time. But I can't do it full time. I'm sorry, I can't do it full time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I put a lot of work on it. And but yes, I go through a lot of like a lot of ladies coming up to me with that. You have to be respectful, and I have to teach the guys that. That's one of the things I teach my level one students at the
Mhm.
end of the class. You're here to dance. You know, no, don't. Be respectful, because the moment you're not respectful, you're not gonna. You're not. You're not. They're not gonna see you like that again. And it's gonna take a long time for you to build that name again for yourself. So do yourself a favor and just dance, talk, hang out with them, show your personality, and you never know. But don't just gauge in it thinking that you're gonna, get out of something out of it. You're not. You're just gonna get dancing out of it, and that's the mess thing. So that's the message I could give to all the guys on that, because I learned it the hard way too. So, and I think everybody has in some point in their life. So, that's what I feel. So, you know, yeah.
Now, I'm still learning. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. No, 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 no. But no, I've been there. I could write a book about that. Ricky Jenkins, when he was on last week, we were also talking about that. Like it's sort of like he was trying to tell me, like, in the media, like people have a way of talking, especially those dance socials. Like normally you see the same people at the same
Yes.
event. It's and him and I were talking last week about this, live and everything, and I'm like, Ricky, I'm like, bro, I don't know what's my problem. Everyone's telling me, Roswell, you got this awesome bachata Facebook. You have these hottest women. What is your problem? I'm like, that's my problem. I have this status that I have to keep. I have this stigma. It's not like, okay, she's a member of Kufos Love to Bachata. I'm gonna like email, call her, and be like, "Hey, let's hang
Mm.
out today. Let's go have food." And then no, so that's Jonathan. That's the thing that kills me, bro. It's like I gotta be like, pull yourself back because
Mm.
I want to hear the next day that Russell made a hit of me and Russell does social medias and especially whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it hurts, bro. It hurts
It
because like
does
you
hurt.
have to like you just control
You
yourself.
have
You can't
you have
cross
to
the line.
maintain, yeah, you have to maintain an image for yourself, and that's really how it is. I made those mistakes too, trust me. And I had to learn it the hard way. I'm like, you know what, no. That's it, I'm done. I can't. Like, I have to maintain an image, and the image is how I want it. So eh, I feel you. If it is, it is. By the end of the day, you have to
Mhm.
protect what you know. And that's how it works. So but yeah, you know,
Um, Bachata Heaven.
yes.
Bachata
But
Heaven. I love that. I love that. I know Bachata Heaven Social. How did you get that name, bro? Tell me how was
well,
that?
well, during the pandemic, actually,
Okay.
um, the name itself, it came out like, how could I explain to you? I went to Viva la Bachata. You ever been to Viva la Bachata events
Hmm.
what, Baltimore?
Hmm.
Baltimore. And
Yeah,
that was my
but
first time. That was my first time going there. You know, And I mean, there were so many people dancing bachata. They loved bachata and everything, And I recorded it, live. You know, no, actually, I just recorded it, and then I put it on my and then I started sending that video all over my WhatsApp community, my Facebook community. If like, look, guys, this is bachata heaven here, and that was like, I think that was the day, I'm like, And when I found out, I wanted to use that name, because I needed a name for the community I was making. I couldn't just make Bachata Social or something like that. I wanted to make a name out of it. I was like, is Bachata Heaven available? Let me see. All right. I Googled it, I was like, okay, it's been used as a social, but it's never been used as like a company, like a name as itself. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use it, and see where it goes, And then I had when I started the name, okay, I came up with the name, and then I contact my friend Paula. Shout out to her too, Paula Principe. I don't know if you know her.
oh yeah, we're
Very
classes together. Yeah, I know Paula. Yeah, years ago.
beautiful, beautiful person. She helped me start it Bachata Heaven from like
Yeah, yeah.
the start, basically, because I didn't know nothing what I'm doing now. If you see me in my beginning stages of Bachata Heaven, yeah, I didn't know nothing. So anyway, I told her, hey, look, I want you to make a flyer, but I want you to call it Bachata Heaven Social. Oh, you want to call it Bachata Heaven Social? I'm like, yeah, just name it Bachata Heaven Social for now, you know. And she kept, giving me the flyers and everything. And then one day I'm like, Paula, can you make me a logo? And it seems like she already had the logo, because she, in a second, she sent it to me. Oh, is this okay? And I thought, I was like, oh, that's wow. I'm like, wow, yeah, it looks great. And the only thing I added was that bringing sensual bachata to New Jersey, which will go into that idea why I put that, saying in there, what I'm saying? So, you
Mhm.
know, but yeah, that's how I came up with the name. It was a beautiful story, with
It is.
Paula helping me on the side with it. That's why I look up to Paula so much, because she helped me so much. And I always help her, always travel, always to where she at, to do what she does. Salsa the Shore, her company. So
Mhm.
I travel to her because she helped me so much, and I help her, and I help her, and that's the most I could do out of it. And look what I did with the name so far. It's growing. That's what matters. For me. So, you give me something huge, I'll support you in every way. Yeah, that's the idea. That's been great. You know.
So where else are you planning to take Bachata Heaven beyond New Jersey? Where are some places that you would like 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I want to keep it in New Jersey
Hmm.
for many reasons, because New Jersey. I don't want to talk, like bad about it, but yeah, I'm sure you know this, Roswell, and anybody in New Jersey will know this very clearly. New Jersey has always been based on salsa. Always. It's been based on salsa. Like you go any social, any regular social, like like what we know, it's all salsa socials. Salsa here, salsa there, salsa there. But they never and if they were to play bachata, they would play bachata, traditional bachata, you know. They would never really like, you know, you know, uh they'll never play like the remixes, the covers, you know, Johnny Evidence and all these great artists, because the DJ doesn't know this stuff. All they know is Romeo Santos, Prince Royce, Teodoro, all these traditional bachata, which is okay. I don't mind that, but there's more out there than they think. But and for me, I think in 5 years, I think I'm still gonna keep it in New Jersey unless there's an opportunity for me to take it somewhere else. But someone else gonna have to take over that state. It'll be my goal is to if it does happen, it needs to be franchised to other states for me for them to use the name. They'll say, "Here, oh, you want to start Bachata Heaven there? Go, take it. Here, I'll give you the resource. I'll help you out. You know, and you do the rest. And then that's But for now, it's based in New Jersey for the reasons that I just told you. Because I just want to start that. Because I think it was time for New Jersey to start something like this. And I wanted grow it. That's the base. That's the thing. And also, you know, yeah, that's the idea basically. So and it takes slow. It's slow. It's a slow process, but it's growing. You know, many people that I met, they come to my social. I'm like, I don't know nobody here. Yeah, because it's a new community, my friend. You don't know nobody because it's a new community, it's new faces. You don't know anybody here, and that's really where I wanted to start a new community. I don't want to bring the same people doing this. It's not really the goal behind it. Bring new faces, and that's a good thing. And when they tell me this, I'm like, great, perfect. I'm doing something. I'm starting actually a new community. You walking in not knowing nobody, and you're gonna have to, you know, show yourself. Show your skills. That's the reality of it, and that's my goal. So, but yes, it's I wanted to stay in New Jersey. And hopefully in 5 years from now, maybe I'll have it in Pennsylvania. On all those farm areas in Pennsylvania or something like that. Maybe we'll see. So you know, but let's see where it goes. So you know, yeah.
Um, Organizers are doing a good job organizing their events, but sometimes, you have like too many organizers organizing the same event back to
Mm-hmm.
back, and you and I and the rest of our friends and whatever, we have to decide, which event to go to, how long, and blah blah blah. There got to be a better way to do this stuff. So I don't know, man. What can you tell your colleagues about, you know, ways, about them supporting one another instead of like stepping over each other's back or something, like they got to be a better way to, organizers having their events and,
Communicate with each other. That's really
how,
the truth.
how is that done though?
Communicate with each other. Stop stepping over each other's shoes, and have this event and then have something on top of that. Same day something's happening there. you know Work with each other. That's one of the things I want to do in New Jersey. What I'm saying. I want to do in New Jersey. I want to you know bring I'm doing Central Bachata, and I think by now everybody knows that already. Every time I walk into like anywhere, they know I only dance. I dance traditional. Don't get me wrong, but I
Mhm.
dance Central. They know my main focus is Central Bachata. You know what I'm saying? But since I do Central Bachata, and a lot of people in organizing New Jersey, they don't see it as a money thing. So they don't see me as saying, yeah, no, you're probably not gonna bring a lot of people. I'm not gonna work with you. You got to give people a chance. I give a lot of people chances. I
Hmm.
do. I do. And if some organizer was to come to me and say, "Hey, look, I want to work with you on this." Oh, sure. I'm very open, and many of my students know this very well. I am very open to ideas. Very open to ideas. My students literally they come up with these ideas. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? It doesn't hurt to try, right? What doesn't hurt? Oh, it doesn't hurt to work with this guy. It doesn't hurt for me to do this, to do that. It doesn't hurt anything to do anything. No, you're not hurting nothing. Nobody with this. And yeah, I mean, one of the things I is to communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Work together. Because my goal in with Bachata Heaven itself is one day to make a huge event with everybody, working together. You call it a congress. That's my goal. Call it a congress. That's my goal. Work together. You know, make the best out of it. And come out of it one of the best things ever in North Jersey, actually. Because New Jersey here, the northern side of New Jersey here needs it. It needs it so bad. It's been so plain on things, and it's time to step up. Step up. We're so behind, and you know very well that I travel to California, all these other states, and they're so ahead of bachata, and we're so, it's like we're just still beginning, and people are so ahead of things, you know, and other states are so, and we're so behind on it, and I just want to like keep it going. That's the idea, but it takes time. It takes time and patience. But for other organizers, yes, let's work together. I would love, I'm more than happy to work with people. You know what I'm saying? You give me this, I'll give you my time, no matter what. I'll make the time in some way, but, that's the idea. So,
Well, you do
working
have a
together.
lot of patience, we
Hmm.
all know that for sure, and I've seen you, at your events. I was just at one of your events a couple of weeks ago, and you're just that type of person that you can do it all. You can DJ, you can host, you can dance, you can cook, you can do everything.
No, no, I can't cook. I can't cook.
I
I'm
think,
sorry.
bro,
I can't cook. I do
you got
photography. I do photography. That's
to make me
you
some
know.
Peruvian empanadas or
No,
something. Okay,
no,
yeah, I know you can do it.
no. I can't. I can't cook. I'll take it to a restaurant and we'll eat. Eat in. But other than that, yeah, that's I leave the cooking for other people. I have other friends who cook, so I'm like, okay, cater for me. How much you want. So like.
When I was a kid, and was like, yeah, I know, just yesterday I was a kid. Today I'm a man. Oh, I didn't really like focus on the dance stuff and bachata stuff. I was more focused, like legal or medicine or business or whatever. My parents were like, what, acting, dancing, drawing? Not you. You're not doing that. No way. So it's kind of funny you mentioned associate degree, because first I decided to get my 4-year degree, at Rutgers. I went to Rutgers, and then
Hmm.
I felt cheated that I never got an associate degree. So I just did things
Hmm.
backwards. So after I got my 4-year degree, my undergraduate, I decided to go back to an associate school. I don't know what was
Really?
wrong with me. Just to get, I don't know just to get a 2-year degree, just to prove it to myself. And then I decided
Yeah.
to get a master's and then do the PhD and all of that stuff. So
Right.
now, I'm approaching my senior citizen years,
Hmm. I hear you. I hear you.
I'm doing all the bachata stuff and doing, what I'm passionate about. But in your lifestyle, I mean, the support that you had, the awareness that you had, the opportunities that you had, dancing is, I mean, many, many, many years ago, is this something that you thought you would be
No.
like, you would be going live with me, like,
No.
years later and
No.
what your story? I mean, it's you're a
I would
smart guy.
not.
You're a smart guy,
Hmm.
engineering and all of that stuff, dancing, but how, I mean, did you had a dream at least, or some type of like intentions to do this when
You
you?
know what? The funny thing is, I did have dreams. Now that you mention it,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I don't know if it was the future or not. But when I was in college, I had dreams of me teaching,
Okay.
dancing. You know, me teaching dancing. And that was something. I don't know. I guess that dream can be a reality. I guess, and I'm doing that now because yeah, I did have those dreams. I do remember when I was in college, when I was about to like graduate with my from college, I had those dreams. I'm like, wow, but I wasn't even an instructor yet, so I'm like, I'm just let it be. I mean, I had those visions though. Like I said, I had those visions, and look at it. It became a reality, and so, and and now now that I'm looking back at those dreams, I'm like, wait, I'm doing exactly what those dreams were doing. Like me acting out, I'm teaching, being funny. Those things are like very like yeah. Looking back at it, you just told me something. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know it was a dream, and then dream that came possible. It's pretty funny. It's funny. It's funny to you that you just mentioned that. Yeah,
Well,
that's interesting.
well, the reason I mentioned that because like not everyone like you and I we had good support, we had good a good surroundings, a good stuff. Not many kids have that.
Hmm.
They could have that. So that leads me to ask you this question. Um, a kid comes up to you, right, Jonathan, and they're like, Jonathan, bro, you're my role model. You're my idol. You're everything I wanted to be when I grow up. Heck with school, heck with, whatever my parents say. I'm gonna become the next Jonathan. You know,
Hmm.
and you can see it in them, and you can see it in them because you've been there. If
Hmm.
anyone is truthful about their career path, you and you can see it's something for a kid to come up to you and say, I'm going to be an actor or a police officer or one of those stuff. But it's a different scenario when somebody comes up to you, they look at you in the eye like, Jonathan, I'm right behind you.
Hmm.
For those little ones that come up to you, and
Probably will. Yeah.
I'm sure they had, and they will come up to you and they're going to say, Jonathan, Mr. Maya, they're going to say, Mr. Maya, I would like to pursue dance as a professional career. What will you tell that little one?
First, first is to, if you're gonna proceed it, practice, practice. If you really wanted to be a professional career for yourself, practice it. Because the only way you're gonna get better is by you committing, you focusing on it. Just like any other sport. And you need to, you know, make sure this is really what you want to do, and also have a backup if it doesn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I was going to college for electronics, learning. Dancing came during those times. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I had those. I was like, I should proceed. I should proceed dancing more as a professional level. And I'm like, no, I don't know. Let me have this as a backup just to fall back on because you don't know where this is gonna take you,
Mhm.
where it is. I'm not saying it's doable, it is doable, but for some people you don't know where it's gonna take you. You always gotta have that backup. And for me, I needed that. I needed that backup because look at me now. I'm a dancer. I'm teaching. You know, but I also have my career, in the mornings. And I'm a teacher, photographer, DJ at night, and all that. And, you know, it's important that you need to have that, backup no matter what, because you don't know where this dream or you might be saying it and then you're going to turn back and say, whoa, now what? I had to work somewhere else, never went to college, or I had to go back to college or something like that. So one big suggestion I will give them is this: Make sure this is really what you want, but have a backup. Backup is very, very important. You know what I'm saying? Try to do both. I know it's hard to do both at the same time, but you know what? You will know what's best for you. Or maybe they both collide just like me. They just work together. I work in the morning, become a host at night, and organize events and do bachata heaven stuff all day, which, it works out at the end of the day. You just have to be able to, organize yourself on it. So that's one of the suggestions. I don't suggest them to say no, 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 no. You want to do it, go ahead, but keep it back in your mind what you need to do. What else you want to do on the side, as a backup. That's the best suggestion I could give a kid, you know.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
hmm
I'm smiling because I'm thinking like you can kind of be like, 9 to 5 doing the engineer stuff, then 5 to 9. Cool man who loves to go to Bachata Heaven.
yeah, yeah,
5. I
right.
mean, no, it was not about you too. I should have told you that a couple of weeks ago when I saw you. But 9 to 5. You do like the corporate or like the serious work and all of that. Smart work and all of that stuff. And then 5 to 9. You do the other smart work and all the passion stuff, and be like, you know, cool Amaya who loves to Bachata Heaven or something like that.
Yeah, I
And
know,
just
right?
stick it for yourself. But and it's great that you say that, bro, because you and I we're in the same we're in the same level. We have a lot in common. Yeah, they're not only Wayne and New Jersey being both educated, but we both do like a 9 to 5 stuff. But our passion is we're night we do the night stuff because just like you, I always believe my dad always told me always have a plan B, especially if you're going to go to
Plan,
arts, like drawing, acting, dancing, and whatever. Okay.
plan
So,
B.
and I had this talk with my friend recently, and, especially nowadays, with the economy and stuff, the competition and stuff, and especially, an age thing, we're not going to be 18 all our lives, and we're not going to be able to like do this and swing our body like
Mm-hmm.
that, do all that
Mm-hmm.
body roll, all that stuff, young people do, there will be a time when we're like, oh, well, I can't see it. What did you say? Oh, speak up, Sonny. So
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have a backup. That's the reason this September, you know, um, I want to begin, like I was saying at the intro, I want to begin bringing consultants, people besides dancing who can go live with me and tell you guys about, stuff that can also help the dance world. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
investment, you know, places, careers or opportunities for a dancer that, they're not going to dance anymore, but they can still do stuff, when they
Mm-hmm.
level in their age, or like if the catastrophe happened or something happened, backup. And I do want, I'm happy you said that because that's something I want to work on. Bring someone on,
Yeah.
talk about stuff that a dancer could do just in case it
Yeah.
doesn't work out. And so this is the reason. I always tell people, and again, I know I'm on social media, and I got to be careful what I say. But so far, I have not got yelled at by social media for saying anything. Um, Dancing is great, guys. It's super great, but there will be a time in your life you won't be able to like. And I'm sure this is basics of everyone knows that, but but just a reminder, you're not going to be able to do all of that body
Mm-hmm.
roll, tumble, and all of that sexy stuff you guys do. I won't be able to do it. Maybe Jonathan would, but like I won't.
No.
Most of us would not be able to do what we're doing now. So it's always good to have a backup. When I mean a
Yeah.
backup, you don't have to be a lawyer, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a janitor, but have a backup. And with backups, it's good to actually limit yourself. So Jonathan, kind of like what you do, like the 9 to 5 stuff. That is something I would emphasize to everyone. Do something besides dancing in 24 hours. Just don't dance from midnight to midnight to midnight to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, you're like 100 years old, and it's like, oh, I should have done that. I could have done that. I could have married this person. I could, whatever. I guess my point that you have to know yourself very well. I got you about the passionate stuff. That's great. I got you guys. I mean, I'm all for it, but you don't want to. And I've seen it much. I worked in media. I worked in television. I worked in mag. I traveled everywhere. You don't want to get burnt out or overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Try to pull yourself back when that music is playing, or like you get the temptation of dancing and dancing and dancing, and it's 2 a.m. You got to wake up 6 a.m. You have a family, you have a friend, you have a job. Just you know, try to pull yourself back, because if you don't, you're gonna get sucked in.
Hmm.
Get sucked in. Ooh, it's not a good feeling. It might take a while to get back out, and you don't
Hmm.
know if you're gonna have those support or those friends who say they're friends to back you out. So the
Yeah.
person you can depend on is you. Like my mama was saying. With, with,
Yeah.
with anything in life, So in a way, it's good to have a balance. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's good to have a balance in everything that you do. Not even dancing. It's good to it's 24 hours in a day. Spend 2 hours working. Spend 3 hours just you know reading a book. Spend 4 hours
Hmm.
just exercising. Spend 5 hours just meditating. I don't know, whatever you guys do, but I'm just saying maybe it's a good idea. It's a good idea
Yeah.
to try to not get consumed, because I just but I know some of you, it's a job for most of you guys. You guys got bills. Okay, I got that, but for me, I find myself dancing, going to this weekender and Congress and this, and before you know it, I'm like, it's not fun anymore. And sometimes
No.
with a chick, Jonathan, when I dance with a chick now, she can see the expression on my face that I don't want to beat her, but I have to beat her.
Hmm.
I guess, and this is maybe the younger ones can maybe listen to me more, because they're just starting out. But Jonathan, wouldn't you agree that maybe it's a good idea? Even though you're a dancer and organizer and whatever, it's good to still have a balance. In
Yeah.
you do, and
It's one of
that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
it's yeah, it's one of the things that I tell my dance, my students, and my dance partner right now, actually, Joanna. Shout
Hmm.
out to her, by the way. I tell her that, she's a teacher,
Hmm.
and she sees the growth we're having. She sees a lot of that, and I tell her, like, yeah, and as a joke, not really. I hope it's not a joke. She's like, "Oh, let me know when I need to quit my job." I'm like, "No, don't do it." I just stay quiet. I really don't want to say nothing because I don't suggest that. I would never suggest that to nobody. If you have a career, keep it there for a while. Because yes, I do believe if you really work hard on a name like Bachata Heaven, you will actually make a living off it. You might live off it and stuff like that. But not on these beginning stages. Just
No.
stick to your ground right now, and have patience. One day you'll see the light of it and say, okay, yeah, now we're making money. So you know what, we out. Like it's time to go. We do this full time now, but for now it's just balance everything. Keep it together. It's tiring nights, but you have to keep moving forward with it. But if you love doing it, tiredness is the least of your problems. That's really the truth. It's just like, oh, I'm doing this for the good, to leave a legacy. Is mostly to leave something behind if anything happens. You left something behind, and you were known for something at least, and say, oh, bachata hadn't started here, and you left a legacy behind saying you started something that you know now we've grown so much. So, and that's one of the things I tell my students. I keep my ground. I know my beliefs. I know where I'm going with it. And that's all. That's what I say to my partners. And like you said before, I'm not getting any younger. I had my fair share of injuries already. And it
Mhm.
cost me. It cost me sometimes. Even teaching wise. You know, and it's hard because dancing actually is a physical sport. You could get hurt anytime. Doesn't matter. And I had my fair share. Thank God I haven't ended up in the hospital because of dancing. But that's you know. But yes, I got hurt. And I had to suck it up and say, you know what, it'll go away tomorrow. The arm or the leg or the stepping, with the heels, in your shoes. Oh, that hurts the most. But stuff like that, So, yeah, but yeah, I have my injuries. So yes, years from now, yeah, I had to slow things down, let the younger generation take over, and move forward. Be a guide to them, be a role model to them. That's my goal too. That'd be great to know. So you know.
Yeah, I mean, dancers are known like for getting arthritis in the feet. So I
Right.
went. So what happened is that I was in Clifton, New Jersey today, Jonathan, and I got yelled at. I walked into a law firm, I literally walked into the law firm. Lawyers in New Jersey are massive. They're like, okay, if you're not a client, why are you here?
Hmm.
I said, I'm not even properly dressed. I gave my business card. I'm like, um, the lady's like, yes, can I help you, young man? Like, well, I don't know the expression on your face. I don't know. Smile at least. She's like, I'm not all day. Why are you here? Well, I just stuttered. I didn't know what to say. I feel she was gonna like slap me. Well, I just want to, find out if, your law firm, if they, heard his personal injury, maybe an attorney can go live with me, in a couple months just to, advise cool folks love to bachata about like, what happens like, if you break a back or you break a bone, or like who can they turn to? Maybe they can use your service or, whatever. Like, no, we don't know what to tell them. I'm like, at least think about something, She's like, I'll let you guys know. That conversation didn't go anywhere. But
No.
I went to the next law firm, right? And not too far here from Wayne. The guy was like, book me. Book me in like right now. I'll be happy to tell cool folks love to bachata about anything they want to know legally that's going to help them.
Mm.
After, I'm like, so people are willing to do this, but it's just that, some people, I just want to, say this real quickly. A lot of people think, dancing, and this is even before I began bachata stuff, that dancing is just dancing, that we don't know what we're doing. We're just like lonely people on the dance floor trying to like hook up or whatever. Right? We have not, that's not true. And
Not
this is
true.
the reason, damn, excuse my language, this is the damn reason I want to take cool folks love to bachata to a higher level in addition to what I'm doing now, because I want the dance world, not only bachata but the dance world, to get the recognition we deserve. And they're
True.
not getting the recognition like legal people and medical people and business people and engineer. A lot of people are seeing dancers as just dancing and dancing until we're whatever. I don't want that. I don't want. I want
True.
these professional people to come here and know how serious we are, you know, and I want them, not I want them, whether they like it or not, to sit with me live and tell everyone, Jonathan, tell the dance community stuff, legal, medical, real estate, education, whatever that can better help the dance community.
Yeah, true.
You know,
I
so I just want to make that clear to everyone. This dance thing. And this is the reason I just tell everyone, please just try to limit yourself to dancing and whatever, because you know, it's a powerful thing that we do. It's a powerful thing that you guys do. I'm sorry, let me leave myself out of it. I'm not a professional dancer. I'm not a professional organizer. I think I am, but I'm not. But what you guys do, I truly respect, and this is the main reason I decided to do Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata Live, not just so you guys can promote your event, not so you guys can look good, not so you guys can make money, so you guys can help each other, help the world, spread education, spread knowledge about what you're doing and why you're doing it. Does that
that
make
makes sense.
sense,
It
Mr.
makes
Amaya?
sense. It does make sense. It does make sense, Roswell. Yeah. No, you go on a nice path there. Which is good.
She was
You
so
know.
nasty to me. I'm like, look, I'm gonna get my mama, even though my mama can't watch. I'm gonna get her to jump on you for treating me like that. And then she's like, well, I'm gonna give your business card to the attorney tomorrow. I'm like, no, you better give it to now. Okay, a conversation. Anyway, you know.
That's
Anyway, but
crazy. Yeah.
sorry about that, guys. But cool man who loves the bachata can only take so much. But
Yeah.
Jonathan, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it was a pleasure having you and your knowledge that you shared within
Thank
this
you for
last
having me.
hour, that we talked and stuff. Um, Events. Okay, I always keep forgetting why I bring you guys on here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
tell everyone about some event. I mentioned that weekender event.
Yes.
That's coming up that week. You tell everyone more a little bit about that and something else. Go
Well,
ahead. Take it
I
over.
got the I got the artist named Esme, you know, coming. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
He actually, wanted to come to New Jersey. I'm like, all right, let me give it a shot. It's on August 5th. Um, Starts at 6:30 p.m. registration. The event starts at 7. It's gonna be 3 workshops, buffet, BYOB, right in Jersey City. Zip Studios. Um, Esme will go live at 12 at midnight, and meanwhile, we're gonna have 3 workshops. One with Jahan and Heather and Jahan. Very nice people. And then me and my partner Joanna are gonna do the second set, the second workshop, and then my man Daniel Collins is gonna do the third one. He's gonna end the night with the last workshop there. Another nice guy, that I've been working with for since the beginning of Bachata Heaven. You know, and then after that, I'm gonna have my DJ Daniel Suave, you know, um, DJ there. I'm gonna be DJing alongside with him too. We're gonna take turns on that. And we're gonna have performances. Heather and Jahan are gonna have their bachata performance there, and then I'm gonna have my Bachata Heaven team perform also. And then I'm gonna have another special. I'm gonna have another special performance there, which I cannot mention right now because this person wants to keep it, secret for now. So I'm gonna keep it a secret. You want more information? Just follow Bachata Heaven on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, that's basically most of it. And then, or you could go to the website bachataheavennj.com. You know, Esme's a nice guy. I'm really excited to have. This is actually one of our biggest events. We're gonna have. And I'm gonna see how it works out. Get your tickets on Eventbrite, or you could message me, and I'll take direct Venmo, Zelle, WhatsApp. Those 3 things. It's all on the flyer too. Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to pay the fees for Eventbrite, just pay me directly the $40. It's $40, people. $40. So and you're getting all that stuff. Just come in and enjoy the night. It's gonna be a fun night. I believe it's gonna be a fun night. So come in. You can't complain. So you know. But I believe it's gonna be a fun night. It's a lot of work for me, but you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice it. So that's what matters to me. So that everybody has fun. And I get to meet Esme finally. I always been I always I like this music. So can't complain. So but
I,
yeah, join us, guys. Join us.
I met
So
him. He's a nice guy. I met him. When was it? James Sedano's anniversary radio stuff when I came back to New Jersey. First weekend in June.
oh yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
I did. I didn't really know who he was, and then he was standing right next to me. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I'm in my own little world these days, and I'm standing right next to me, and then before you know it, James like, we got a special performance. Like, really? Who, Jonathan? Amaya? No, and then like, no, you're like not Jonathan. So who is it? If it's not Jonathan, who is it? And then he called him. He's like, oh, nice to meet you, Russell. I gotta go. I'm like, oh, what did I say? What did I not say? He's like, before you know, he's on the stage performing. I'm like, oh, that's you. He's like, he's looking at me like,
Yeah.
Russell,
I
you're in
I
shape,
I
aren't you?
always, yeah, I always kept up with bachata music. Ever since I started, listening to bachata, I always kept up with it. So I knew who Esme was. But when I introduced it to my community, they're like, "Who's Esme?" You know what? He's actually coming out with a new album. How about this? Listen to the album, guys. How about that? Now they know who he is, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, I mean, and I've been playing his music before his album. I was playing his music in my events, and then they knew who he was, and I'm like, all right, yeah, at least you learned something, guys. Now you know who he is. Now you know what he does. It's not a big artist, but it's someone that that
Well,
doing things for himself.
well, Well, yeah, yeah. Well, the problem is just that I just have a tendency, and this is before even even before I got into like bachata and Latin music and stuff, and appreciation for bachata and stuff. I always have a tendency when I listen to a song, Jonathan. It's just a song. I never like associate a face with the song. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
feel like all of a sudden deja vu. I'm like, oh really? You're the guy who's been singing this song for how many years now? And no, now I met you. I mean, so that's my part.
I know,
I
right?
heard
It's
this. I
funny.
heard the songs before, but I didn't
Hmm.
know. I couldn't match a face with the song. You know what I'm saying? It's like I
Yeah,
just couldn't like, and then I'm like, oh, that you, and the song is you, and then
I've been going through that too. Like everybody, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have Esme. Who's Esme? And I have to grab the phone and like, here's the song. I know you know this song. Oh, I know that song. Yes, that's the one that's coming to Jersey City, bro. you know, I
yeah,
always tell it's always that thing. Well, thank God, my man Daniel Collins. Shout out to him. He knew who Esme was. Like, oh, thank God, finally somebody who knows. Everybody else did not know who Esme was. I'm like, wow, it's like it's that
yeah.
is amazing. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it does happen, but like I'm happy that I'm able to grow his name in some way, so people know who he is. So if I was to bring him back, now you know who he is overall,
And he
so
has some great haircuts.
yeah,
When you see him, look at this. He got a great haircut. You're telling like
yeah,
Roswell said that.
yeah. But
I love
after,
his haircut. The way whoever
yeah,
does his hair, it's so
yeah,
adorable. I like it. I like it.
yeah. After
Um,
after after the concert in Jersey City, I'm actually gonna see him in DCVX.
oh,
I'm gonna
I'll see you.
I'm gonna
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Esme's going there too. I'm like, wow, okay, all right, why not, right? But I'm gonna see him there. Hopefully, everything goes well. But I'm excited to see him in front of me, because in the event I'm gonna see him away from me, like. But I'm gonna have him in front of me, like I'm like, yo, I'm right next to you, brother. Like I'm the one who's gonna like, show you around, you know, guide you, sponsor you and everything, So that's the great thing about it. DCBX, somebody else will be doing that for him, So I won't be able to see him as much as I'm gonna see him in my event, in Jersey City. So that's gonna be the exciting part about it, So I'm gonna be happy about that,
You know who I would
So
like to see perform?
who? Me? Me?
I would
Well,
like to see you perform, bro.
I
If you're performing, I'll be like, I mean, like,
I'll be. I am
I would
working
love
on.
to see you.
I am working on side projects.
Mhm,
With my partner Joanna. You
mhm,
know, but
mhm,
time tells. I don't think it's gonna be ready. But and then also I work side project with other my students like Yadi. Another beautiful student of mine. She's been through so much, but
mhm,
she's a great person. I don't know if you've seen my videos that I post. You know, Yadi's in it. Yadi's like our superstar in Bachata Heaven, because she loves the camera. So I like the enthusiasm about the person, about her. Like she loves the camera so much. And you know I did already two videos with her, which is great, and I'm looking forward to more videos to do, because I'm learning how to do them, but I also been been growing it, like I said, you know, Yadi is a great person, and Joanna too is another great person. They both have this great dynamic together, where they could work together, you know but they need, and time will tell that they're gonna one day work together. But those projects that I have with those two,
mhm,
I'm looking forward to it, but like unfortunately we can't perform it in Esma's concert or anything like that. I
mhm,
wish I can. The most performance you're gonna see between me and Joanna are gonna be like, demos and after class and stuff like that. But performance, not yet. We still gotta work on it. It's a lot of work. And like any dancer will say, I prefer to do demos
mhm.
than performances. Performances, you have to stick to a routine, a pattern, everything. But demos, you could do whatever you want, like, like literally, like if she knows how to do the move, she'll do it, I mean, but with them, with performances, is a little bit more focused. You gotta be, you know, and but yeah, looking forward to it. Those projects that are coming,
Jonathan, with you, bro, I got faith. I mean, you've done it all, man. Look, I mean, look at what I've written about you in the promo. You know, you did
I know, right?
you DJ, promoter, and I mean, you've done it. I mean, engineer. I mean, if you like tomorrow, if I get a Facebook posting from you, I would not be surprised that it says, "Hey, my first premiere. Everyone, come see this. I'm performing." I would not be so. And I think it. I'm 101%. I'm just not saying that because we're live, and I'm just not saying that to be best friends with you, whatever. But
Mhm.
I see people. I see people for who they are, not what they are,
Mhm.
but for who they are. I travel. I've seen. I mean, I've seen. I'm you. I mean, I just 2 weeks ago, I literally witnessed again another of your event and stuff. You definitely got what it takes, bro, to like perform like right now. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have what it takes, and and I agree with myself on that one. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. There are other people. Yes, I have to think about that twice. I have to be like, I don't know if they're, but you have what it takes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
despite
my.
despite the demo, despite all of that, despite all it takes time, but it
No.
goes, to the passion. So I mean, bro, you got what it takes. So I'm not surprised if
No.
before
My
this year is
my.
over, before this year is over, if you do perform.
Yeah. My. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how this works. But my students are surprised too. Believe it or not, they always tell me like, "Oh, yo, you do this all yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I mean, I've done it all. I hired a photographer. You know, they didn't give me, like it was too expensive. You know what? I'd rather just learn it myself. I hired a videographer. Too expensive. I liked his how he worked it. Well, you know what? I'd rather learn it myself. I hired someone who does my flyers.
Mhm.
She didn't want to do it no more. That was Paula.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, she stopped doing it for me. She wanted to do other things. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I had to learn it myself.
Mhm.
All these things it just got thrown at me for me to do, and like I'm like, all right, what? There's nothing I could do. I mean, I'd rather hire someone who's just starting, who wants to start a career out of this, or
Mhm.
has like is going to school, like photography school or marketing school, and they want this experience.
Mhm.
I'm more than happy to give them the job. You want this for your school project? Go ahead. But give me the. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
So you could give the give them my I'm willing to give them an opportunity. I'd rather take someone who's just starting, who's
Mhm.
practicing it, than someone who wants money and wants to see this as a career. I'm like, yeah, I'll hire you, but I don't have the budget for it. Like
Mhm.
that's really the truth. But overall, yes, I would love to hire people that are starting this, because when I started
Mhm.
Bachata Heaven, I wanted people to help me. I wanted people to help me with this stuff. You
Mhm.
know, and and even if you were a beginner, me being a beginner, I wanted to be given that chance to do it. And unfortunately, I wasn't given that opportunity. But for
Mhm.
me, now I'm playing the other way around. You want to be a DJ? You're just starting.
Mhm.
You want to practice it? Here, I'll give you the floor. You want to be a photographer? I'll give you the camera. You could use my camera or your camera. Doesn't matter. I don't care what you do. You want to use you want to do flyers? Go ahead. Show me what you got. What I'm saying? I'm not gonna give you much. I'm not gonna give you a lot of money.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna give you
Mhm.
much of a budget, but at least I'm gonna you're gonna get experience out of it. I'm more than happy to refer you. Say, hey, no, he was a great guy. He did the work that I wanted him to do. I'm happy for him, and that's one of the things I do. I'm very open for that, and that's you know,
Mhm.
uh, like I had many situations where many people were looking for a couple of my people who are now working with me. They were in that situation. They were looking for a gig.
They were looking for something, they wanted to practice it,
Mhm.
and there was nobody giving that opportunity. So I'm like, you know what? Let me grab you. Let me grab you. I'll give you this situation. My DJ my one of my DJs, they had that situation happen. I'm grabbing you. You know what? You're my resident DJ now. Like come in. I put him in the flyers. I put him everywhere now. You know, I'm giving him the opportunity, and I want him to grow. I want him to grow, and I told him very clearly, I want you to grow your name. That's my main focus. Even with my dance partner Joanna, I
Mhm.
want you to grow your name. I want to show the world what I can give you. Everybody, what I can give you. You want to be a dancer? You want to be Joanna? You want to be the DJ, the best bachata DJ? You know, I'll give you that chance. I'll start you off, and then from there, you move forward. You decide whether you want to stay in bachata heaven or not. But I will give you that opportunity. I will give it to you when nobody will, and I promise you, I will. But you have to show me your commitment, which everybody that has given me that support, that are working with me right now, has given me that commitment. So I never had a problem with it, because they love what they do. They know what I'm giving them is something you know that they're not gonna you know they can't pass on to. Everybody starts somewhere, and this is where we start. So that's
My
where I
dad,
believe.
my dad would have loved you, Jonathan. He
Yeah.
told me the exact same. He would have done the same thing you did, even though he's not in the dance industry and stuff. He did like construction and stuff. Yeah, he was,
Mhm.
and any like person, despite their ethnicity, culture, creed, or whatever, they came up to my dad and they were like, "Sir, we want to, I want to paint. I want to, hammer. I want to do this. I want to do that." Especially the young ones, So when my
Mhm.
dad saw that, my dad was like, "There's a hammer. Go to it. Here's a blueprint. Go to it.
Mhm.
Here's a screwdriver. Go to it." So listening to you talk, for my dad would have loved you. He would have been like, "Oh, that's my second son."
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's words of wisdom. That you're given others, and when people do that, they are not selfish.
No.
They're not selfish. They're not expecting anything in return. And and I'm happy you said that, because a lot of people are always on my back about doing this and the postings, and having everyone posts stuff free in my bachata Facebook.
Mhm.
I never said start, let me charge you, or let's go live, or whatever. People are asking me, social media is like, oh wow, you're gonna make money off of this, and how much. I'm like, someone just asked me this on Saturday. They're like, all right then, so how much are you, how much is the investment and stuff? Like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm like, I'm just doing this because I don't know, it just feels like the right thing to do, or it's
Love it.
unconditional. It just, so I'm happy you say that, because my dad and you are in the same level, and that's what he
Mhm.
told me when I was younger. And maybe this is one of the many reasons that I'm doing this live stuff.
It's really
Yes, I'm
fun.
doing it because, oh, more publicity. Oh, yes, I'm bringing on celebrities, but on a personal level, I'm doing basically this because of what my dad envisioned for me
It's
to do, and what you're envisioning now for the youngsters.
it's funny what you say about money. It's really funny. And the worst thing about it, I'm not doing this for the money. The Bachata Heaven stuff, I'm
Hmm.
really not doing this for the money. Right now, I'm the investor. I'm investing on the name. A lot of these things that I'm doing is
Hmm.
coming out of my pocket. You know, my vision is eventually I'll see the money. It's not right now. They call it like a savings bank or something, or who knows what you could call it. But I don't see it as I'm not making any money, and I think that's why I had a lot hard time in the past getting
Hmm.
hired as a bachata instructor
Hmm.
at the studios, because they saw it like, oh, essential bachata is really, it's not really known here, and they're like, oh, and I don't think it'd be a right fit to my studio, because they're thinking about the money, and this is the reason why I started Bachata Heaven, because you know what? I'm not thinking about the money. Why would I think about the money? Because if I think about the money, I am gonna lose. You know, you know what? I'm doing this because of the love of the dance, sensual bachata itself, the music, the style, everything. That's what I love about it. And what this is the reason why, like, I'm not a studio. Any other studio would be like, oh, I want to make money off this. If I don't make money, then you're fired. Okay, fired. Whatever. And I had that share. I had that share of moments in my life that I got let go because, oh no, nobody wants to take your class. I guess sorry, whatever. You know what? I started my own name because of it. You know what I'm saying? And I had a lot of people supporting me because of that. Because many people throughout the years since I began, they told me, "Why you don't start your own name? Start your own name. Start your own company, man. Start it." And I said, "Here I am, starting it, and it's time for me to move forward with it." Now I'm the one making the decisions. I'm still open. I'm the one making the decision and saying, you know what? Yeah, yeah, let's buy this. Whatever, man. It's money. It'd be for a good long run. Like the other day, I just spent it like 4 grand on a professional camera. So think about it. You think that's coming out of what I'm teaching? No, it's coming out of the investment for Bachata Heaven at the end of the day. For the growth of it. For better pictures, better everything. That's what it is. That's what I see it. And you know like I said, I have a totally different mentality when it comes to money. I say, I'm doing this now, I'm investing all this, buying all this stuff, but 5 years from now, I know I'm gonna be seeing the money. I'm gonna make all that money back easily. And that's my goal. Preparing for a bigger event like a Congress, you know, one of the best congresses that, in North Jersey that nobody, expected to happen. That's my goal. And hopefully I'll have a huge support out of that, you know, and that's my goal, you know. So, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, when that Congress, I mean, when my God, the New Jersey Congress, it would be awesome, man. You like the leader, New Jersey Congress. That's going to be a big thing, man. I'm going to probably make like 101 announcements when that happens. Because I like to hear stuff like that. And when you guys become out there, you guys are like all the work you guys did, and look, it shows. So makes me want to just give you guys a big Roswell hug.
yeah, no, no, yeah,
Give you a
that's
big
my
Roswell.
goal. That's my goal, and that's hopefully where I'm gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
in those years. Slowly. It's patience. It's patience. This is you need a lot of patience, man. And a lot of people don't have patience for it. I've seen people tried it and they gave up. Tried it, gave up. I think Bachata Heaven right now is the longest it has lasted. When it comes to the essential bachata thing, it
Mhm.
has lasted this long because I've seen people like give up. Like, oh, nah, okay, you got a girlfriend, I'm moving on. Stuff like that. So I mean, I'm glad that we're about to hit our second year in December. You know,
Congratulations. That's great, bro.
and that's gonna be a great thing. But we did a lot this year for a second year.
Hmm.
Yeah, we did a lot. We did a lot, and I'm looking forward to what's next. So yeah,
Okay, I want you to come back in the fall of
yeah,
2023. Come back, and you can tell us more about that big event and more. It's great talking to you. That's one of the great things I like about you guys, like everyone, the cool folks. When I talk to you, when I talk with you guys, not only is it a learning experience for the audience, it's a learning experience for me.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's a true. My goodness. So I just wanted to say thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. I
No
mean, thank you for hanging around. I'm yeah.
problem.
Um,
It's a
yeah,
pleasure meeting you, man. Meeting you, man. How long we known each other?
from I opened up Cool Folks Love to Bachata. This is my third year. I think you were the first member. I think before I met you, you already subscribed to my Cool Folk stuff. I
You're
used
right.
to, I think when I opened it, I used to live in Texas,
Mm,
and then I moved to Miami. I think, and before I came to New Jersey, came back. It's been a long time since I came back to Jersey. So when I came back to Jersey, I did before I met you. I sent you arbitrarily like a message to join. You're like, yeah. And then I finally met you in person. Was it like the last a year and a half ago, I think,
Uh,
or
yeah, I
yeah,
think
like literally in person.
yeah, it was in I think it was New Jersey, right? New Jersey, Chalice. Was it in Chalice that I met
Okay,
you? I
okay.
think I met you in Chalice, if I recall.
Inglewood, Inglewood, New Jersey, somewhere by Inglewood. Were you like a Friday night, or Thursday night? There was a, I don't know. I just know, I
Almost.
just know.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think I met you, and that was the first time that I'm like, okay, okay, so you're Jonathan. So that's it.
Hmm.
But you took a chance. You get, you took a chance to trust me, have faith in me. You posted your stuff even before I met you. So, that, you're a good guy. Continue being a good guy. I like that. You're a good guy.
Thank you,
Come
thank
back,
you.
come back, come back, come back, and we're gonna go. We'll do this again. Even when I'm down south, I'm planning to go back down south after the summer. We can do it live from there, from Georgia, or whatever. But yes, I would like you to come back because you're a man of wisdom. You know,
Thank
when you
you, thank.
talk, when you talk, um, everyone listens,
Yeah, yeah.
including me. It's like and the way you talk is very. It's like it's very detailed. It's not like yes, no, no, yes. It's like there's a story behind it, and it
Mhm.
makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, no, appreciate it. I'm very happy you gave me this interview. I was looking forward to. I posted it everywhere. Hopefully, my community is watching, and they realize what I go through. So and stuff like that. Hopefully, they learn from me too. At the end of the day, so
Yes.
But thank you, Ross, for inviting me. It's been a pleasure, man. When am I gonna see you again? DCBX?
Um. Is it DCBS? I'm gonna say yeah, yeah. I think I'll be there. Yeah, I'm gonna be there, and it's only like a couple weeks away. Oh no, a month away, right? And then of this August, yeah. Then I'll stay around. Oh yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be a while, but you never know. Remember what I did a couple weeks ago?
I know you just said. You just
Cool
said.
man who loves the bachata, loves to give cool surprises. Remember I showed up a couple weeks ago? At your It was raining. Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell everyone this. Okay, it was raining, guys. Two Fridays
Thunder,
ago. Thunder,
thunder.
like, literally, like, phew, like the bolts were like. Phew. I thought I was gonna become cool man who loves to Frankenstein reincarnation or whatever. Like literally, I saw like the bolts and everything. Like so, while I was driving, I saw this flashlights and lightning
Oh,
and stuff.
Aamya.
And oh god, the world is gonna end. But I still came to Jonathan's event, not because I'm lonely, not because I have nothing to do, because I know Jonathan is a good man, and I'm like, I'm gonna come say hi to him. Like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. It takes a while, but I do it. I came up, it was raining, and what I wore, it was a white party. I wore half white. I can't follow directions, so I wore half white. So I said, Jonathan, so I'm here, and whatever, I just hung out, and it
It
was
was
his
good to see you, man. I was so surprised to see you.
his
Okay.
yeah, it's his partner's birthday. I just showed up, but yeah, but you did a great job, and I would have a lot of respect for you, you
Hmm.
know, and
I'm,
and and
I'm
yeah,
hoping. I'm
if I keep
hoping.
on going, if I keep on going, we're gonna be here for 8 hours. But bro, you're a great guy. Lots of love to you, and we'll continue this in the fall. Okay, come back. And thank you so much. Okay, and everyone that's listening, if you guys have not subscribed yet, oh, Jonathan gets a big hug for this. Like he already subscribed to our YouTube channel, like a long time ago. But if you guys want to see this video, the recording, and also past videos I've done with other members, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the same name as our bachata channel. It's just cool folks who love the bachata all squished together. One
Mhm.
word. You can't type in cool folks love the bachata in the YouTube search. See a beautiful picture of me, and then all the videos. Well, everyone will be there. It's great. You know. All right, Jonathan, it was good seeing you. Thank you for talking with me. It's late. You gotta go to bed because you gotta go to work. So I don't. You need
I
to
don't. I don't sleep,
go to.
man. I don't sleep, man. So it doesn't matter.
Go rest. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Go
I do.
rest.
I do, but work keeps me up. Keeps me going some way somehow.
please continue sharing your postings and all of the anniversary event and all the special, everything, post it like you normally do. And I love your postings, by the way. Okay,
Thank
just so
you.
you know, I love the graphics and everything. You're doing a great job. All right, bro. Thank you, and peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out. All right, thanks.